So let's begin, because today is all about Clay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scott Stunkel. I will be your court jester for the day. Yes. Thank you for being here. We're here to celebrate James Clay Bucky Buchanan Madsen. So, fun fact, I got invited to Clay and Heather's wedding, and they're going around the room doing the old passing of the mic, and people keep talking about James, and all I could think about is, who the hell is James? So finally it dawned on me that James is Clay. So fast forward a little bit more, back to Toy Gregory, I think his name was. He was the Chief Justice in City Department 1. Whenever the infamous Bucky Buchanan would walk into the courtroom, he would say, James, come and see me. Hence, i.e., we now have James Bucky Buchanan Clay Madsen. So, welcome everyone. What a great day. Your brother is here in attendance, who gets to watch you retire and go on to bigger and better things, and he's got to still work for the greatest police department on the planet, because they're simply the best. If you don't believe them, just ask him. Nick, welcome. Clay's wonderful wife, Heather, is here, and their amazing, goal-scoring, hockey-playing, getting too big for her own britches, daughter Jamie is here. Also in attendance, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 in your programs, but number 1 in your heart, the Lieutenant Colonel of Nevada Highway Patrol, Martin Malesko. Also in attendance, the Deputy Chief, Major Kevin Honey, and we've got Captain Ivan Pittman. See how I did that? Captain and Ivan makes Kevin. You didn't get it? Oh, I'm sorry. Captain Ivan Pittman and Lieutenant Michael Diamond, with the shortest I've seen his hair in a while, but it looks good. It's nowhere near his collar. I like it. It's a good look. All right. Okay, we recognized everybody. That's good. Distinguished visitors. Go, right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the posting of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Detail. Home. Left face. Present colors.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Colors. Colors. Post. Ready? Post. Right, face, forward, march.
At this time, I'd ask the honor guard to please come back forward to perform a flag folding ceremony. It was 3 years and 1 day ago that we lost one of our heroes. This weekend, the honor guard had the honor of honoring Sergeant Jenkins in a memorial cornhole tournament. To date, we've lost 22 officers that have made the ultimate sacrifice. The flag folding ceremony traditionally is completed to honor all officers who, through selfless dedication, have given their lives to the profession of law enforcement. All right, please take your seats. So I don't know if everybody heard, but Felix El Gatito Villa snuck in a minute ago. So hi, welcome. It's good of you to come back out of retirement, grace us with your presence. Pretty awesome. Thanks, Felix. Good to see you. So I had a thought. Former 627. When they were up here folding the flag, were you like, man, I'm glad I don't do that anymore. So Heather was not only a trooper, she was on the honor guard for many years. So with me, yeah, I just can't get rid of it. Like, I love it. I dig it. All right, let's see. It's okay. We're right here. Clay, come on up. It's time to embarrass you. At this time, I would like to ask Lieutenant Michael Diamond to please join me at said podium to read Clay's bio.
Oh boy, here it begins, huh, buddy? Dang, it was like just yesterday, 584.
584.
And the 606, the 637, Bonesy, Shookums, all that crew. Whew, different times. I'm debuting these as well, so this is... as Scott was able to point out, I'm debuting new hair. I haven't seen this uniform in I couldn't even tell you how long. I had to do some font that's much bigger than I thought I needed, and I still have to debut these in front of all of you, so awesome. Pretty happy about that. Let's just get it over with. Get it over with. I always made fun of you folks, too. I thought, look at them wearing those stupid glasses, and here I am. James Clay Madsen is a lifelong Nevadan, graduating from Carlin High School in 1991. He attended the University of Nevada, Reno. I'm not going to say what you want me to say. It's UNR. Thank you. And earned a Bachelor of Arts Criminal Justice degree in 1996. After graduating from college, he worked road construction in northern Nevada until being hired by Reno Police Department in 1991. After a few years with RPD, Clay was hired by Nevada Highway Patrol on July 7th, 2002, and was fortunate enough to stay at a luxurious Carson City resort that some of you may know as the Stewart facility, while attending the Inlu Specifics Academy. Upon completion of his all-inclusive vacation, he was assigned to Southern Command. So wait a minute, you had a good paying job in road construction and then RPD. What did the recruiter tell you to come to us?
It's Las Vegas.
All right, well, we're fortunate, thank you, but financial problem, Heather. After FTO, Clay was assigned to graveyard where he stayed for 5 years. His graveyard time was perhaps the best time of his career. Some of his best friends to this day were from those squads that include Sean Hoskins, the Beatty 580, and his fishhook necklace. How many shirts you got on today? Just one? Mikey D, George 6606. The baby of the group, 598, the Benoits. Some of the other members of this motley crew were Bones Jones, Shookums, Robert P. Riccolo, George 6567, Scrivy, the legendary George 6195, Juan Hoskins. We think he's still down in Sloan perhaps, or out on the Red Rock Loop. We're not sure. If anyone's been out there lately, you probably could find him writing tickets to someone while the city is on fire.
Going through his paperwork.
And additionally, Alan used to run around, Angel used to run around. There was a few of us back then. Even the LTC used to run around on the graveyard, and the Major. Long time ago. Big shout out to the people that took care of us on graveyard. Our main particular dispatchers, Sonia, Tawana, and Heather, back in the day. They kept us safe, and they put up with us. That's for sure. After a brief stint on day shift, Clay was assigned to the Fatal Team, serving with the Scots, one of them being Stunkel, and Scrivener, who's not here today, Joe Mo, Josh Moses, Brother B, Brett Bogdan, and Roger Fickle. Unfortunately, during that time, some of the things that those guys saw, they'll never forget. However, Clay was honored to work alongside them. Some of the best ones around. I think, was Cletus born then too, perhaps, during that time? Yep. Maybe someone can tell a story about that later. After 4 years on the fatal team, Clay was assigned to commercial enforcement as an inspector. Approximately 1 year into his commercial stint, Sergeant Martin approached him about replacing Elmer Johnson as the Judicial Outreach Industry Training Trooper. Clay obviously accepted, and he spent the next 4 years conducting training for local judges, their staff, and the local trucking industry. Clay promoted to sergeant in 2016 and was assigned to the Office of Professional Responsibility. For those who are unfamiliar, that is our OPR, our IAB. He worked with Blair Harkleroad and served alongside Jeff Campbell. This experience was both challenging and eye-opening for Clay. The challenging part was probably he lost all of his friends for about a year because whenever he called and his name would show up on the ID, you're like, oh God, friend or foe, friend or foe, friend or foe. And you kind of, hello? Are you serving me? 48 hours? No? Oh, okay. And then it would go back to normal. The eye-opening part was probably because as cops, we are our own worst enemy, and we can't get out of our own way. And I'm sure he got to see that firsthand. Lucky enough for the Highway Patrol, Clay returned as a traffic sergeant, and shortly after that, he was assigned back to commercial enforcement, where he replaced Jeremy George as the admin sergeant. As the admin sergeant, Clay led and worked with some great people while working on both state and federal programs. What many of you don't know is that sergeant position is probably the most important sergeant position in the state of Nevada. Clay was responsible for more stuff than I could even imagine. I certainly couldn't have done my job without Clay, because he was doing more than I could even hope to do in my whole career at that sergeant position. He was one of the best I've ever seen at it, and I thank you for that, because commercial probably would have fallen apart under me. That's a fact. In October of 2022, Clay was promoted to the MCSAP lieutenant, where he helped write 2 federal grants, which afforded the Highway Patrol MCSAP program the opportunity to procure a new inspection van, as well as increased overtime funds for inspection enforcement activities. During his career with the Highway Patrol, Clay was mostly a badass at instructing everybody. There's really not too many people he didn't touch in the things that he instructed. He taught defensive tactics, use of force, taser, patrol procedures, MACTAC, accident reconstruction, basic accident investigation. Man, you're just bragging now. Jeez, come on.
That's about the only thing I can brag about.
Admin investigations, Brady and ethics, as well as federal commercial enforcement inspection classes that include North American Standard Part A and B. And what he doesn't say in there is this guy has trained so many people across not just Nevada, the entire country. Whether he traveled to their state to teach them how to do commercial inspections, or whether they came to Nevada to learn about it, but he's probably taught at least 500, 600, 700 people over his career that are out inspecting trucks currently today and keeping roads safe. So you've had a huge impact, not just here directly at the patrol, but clearly across the entire country, which is a really cool thing. Not many people can say that. Unfortunately for us, Clay retired in February 2023 after nearly 22 years of law enforcement experience in Nevada. And what you guys don't know is Clay is one of the old guys that's left, and with Clay leaves a ton of experience. And not only that, we're losing a great human being. Clay won't tell you this, but everybody in this room knows it. He's one of the most humble people I've ever met. He's one of the most genuine people I've ever met. And in law enforcement, I've never heard anybody say a bad thing about Clay in my life. And there's not many of us that can go through our career and have that happen. I'm pretty sure I pissed off people on day one. And so for Clay to make it 22 years without making anybody angry at him is unreal. And it speaks loudly and speaks volumes to who he is as a person. And losing not only your knowledge, but who you are as a person, the patrol loses a bit. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to get that back. So we're fortunate to have you for that time. A couple of other things that you may not know, because Clay's too humble to tell you. He's a hero. Not only his day-to-day operations, but he was part of the law enforcement response to the Clive and Bundy standoff in 2014. As some of you were in this room, some of you may not have been, but definitely all of you heard it. It was one of the craziest things on the planet, especially here in Clark County. In addition, he was part of the law enforcement response in 2017 to 1 October. Heroes that night, there's too many to name, and Clay's one of them, and he won't say that in his bio, but I will for him. But more importantly, and probably the most important thing, is we're going to go back to graveyard. So way back in like 2002, there's this dispatcher named Heather Farthing. She may have been referred to as the 627 already by Captain Stunkel, and what he's saying is that in 2004, Heather decided to become a trooper. She had enough of the dispatching and said, I'm going to be a trooper. And she's assigned to graveyard. Like we talked about earlier, I've told you there are no secrets at the Highway Patrol, and all of us on graveyard knew something was up with Clay and Heather. Clay and Heather didn't think that we knew something was up with Clay and Heather, but we all knew something was up. We even had a nickname for you. Did you ever hear it? Maybe we'll say that offline.
Let's say that. Yeah.
But we did have a nickname, and I think if you worked graveyard at the time, you probably know what it was. There's some people in the room. And you know what? The beauty thing is, we were right. Clay married Heather in 2009, and then the best thing that probably ever happened in their life was 2010 when their beautiful daughter Jamie was born. So those things, I think, sum up Clay a little bit better or more than some of these day-to-day things, because he's a true family man. He's a true, genuine person to go along with being one of the best cops I've ever worked with in my life. So congratulations on retirement, brother.
Thanks, bud.
Turn it back over to the Major.
You get to stay up here.
Yeah, bless. I want. Yeah.
And I'd like to kind of echo everything that Mike just said. And I'll do the hug thing in a bit. But from this point on, I'm not going to make eye contact with you. Heather, Jamie, I might wink at you. But, it's inevitable. You stay in this career long enough, you anticipate Felix, Jonesy, you anticipate those guys that were on when you came on and showed you the way. You anticipate their retirement. The ones that are kind of weird to take is when your peers and your group starts to retire. So this is it's coming. So on behalf of the men and women of Southern Command of the Highway Patrol, we would a little portion. Those of you that know, we have a fairly large snack bar up in the report room, and proceeds from every Bang Cola, every candy bar, bag of peanuts that's sold in here, the proceeds go so that we can provide retirement plaques. So on behalf of the men and women, sworn and civilian, Southern Command of the Highway Patrol, we'd like to present you with this, and you're going to need some more wall space when things are all said and done. So it says, it's got our is that the badge, years of service, P number, everything is good to go. So on behalf of the men and women of the Southern Command Club, find a place to hang that.
Yes.
Okay, it's also when someone puts in a minimum of 20 years of dedicated service to the state of Nevada, we provide them with a retirement flag. This is on behalf of Southern Command and the state of Nevada. There's your 20-year plus.
Thank you.
Well, let's go with this. Yeah, we'll wait till it's a plastic frame. So, present you with the Colonel's coin. Colonel Conway could not be here today, but on his behalf, Lieutenant James Clay Madsen, Nevada Highway Patrol, in recognition of your 20 years and 6 months of outstanding service, dedication to the citizens of the state of Nevada and to the Department of Public Safety. Let it be further recognized the positive impact you have had throughout your career. The men and women of the Nevada Highway Patrol congratulate you upon your retirement and wish you well in all your future endeavors. Presented Colonel's Coin number 430 on 2nd day of February 2023, signed Colonel Patrick J. Conway, Nevada Highway Patrol.
Thanks, brother. Yeah.
Before I get to the one that everybody is here for, if I could call forward again Lieutenant Mike Diamond and the rest of the commercial team for a couple.
It's like the whole
Jason, you're up front. You're right up next to him.
So this is kind of turned into a thank you. When you come into commercial, go through your classes and you get your certification, and it's still an immense amount of information that it takes for you to absorb and understand how to do the job. We get a lot of help from our peers, and that help is, there's no way to give enough gratitude for that. So this is just a thank you to Clay from our staff for all the help and guidance he's given us, and it's just kind of turned into a tradition. So. Got the rebel version?
Now you're thinking.
All of that.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you, guys. Okay.
We got one more thing for you. We couldn't let you walk without one more. So this will never summarize your career, but hopefully it gives a snapshot at some things you did, who you are, and gives you some good memories when you're old and senile and can't remember us, and you go, oh yeah, I remember that. So without further ado, from commercial, we would like to present you the Shadow Box. This was hair, no hair.
A little bit there. Not a
That
lot.
was 584, this was like 217.
217? Wow, guys.
So this, obviously we wanted to signify your love of hockey, the old school patrol, our new school, your response with your medals, and isn't that interesting? Look at that seal. Look
How
at
the
the number
hell
on
did
it.
you guys find that?
We've been digging one day.
Wow.
Your commitment, Clay's commitment to MacTac, as well as his final P number 104, his plate, and then this is the original badge he was issued before the current badge that we're wearing right now. It was also, he was the 584 with hair, and then this is a trooper badge as the 217, his sergeant badge, and finally his lieutenant badge. And this piece of thing right here, this piece of plastic, that is worth like gold right now. You don't know what we went through to get it. So this is for you, brother.
Wow. I'm gonna have to build a garage in the backyard now.
Spend. Buy.
Thanks, buddy. Everybody, thank you guys. There's not enough hugs to go around. I don't know what to say, but thank you from the bottom of my heart.
All right, well, we expect pictures once it's all hung out.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget, the most important thing's coming.
Pardon me, sir. That's, yeah.
Okay, and now we will kind of migrate to the reason that we're all here. So, certificate of retirement presented to Lieutenant James Clay Madsen, Nevada Highway Patrol, in recognition of your service to the citizens of the state of Nevada from July 8th, 2002. It just rips by, man, doesn't it? To February 2nd, 2023, and honorably retiring from the Nevada Highway Patrol with a total of 20 years and 6 months of distinguished service. Appreciate everything. So along with the certificate comes, it doesn't seem like much when you're holding it, but it's everything. So his official retirement badge from the state of Nevada. So, before I turn it over to Scott Stunkel,
Right here.
can I have all uniformed officers please rise for the official reading of the orders?
Uniform officers, attention! Department of Public Safety, Nevada Highway Patrol, Special Order Number 004-23, retirement. Effective Thursday, February 2nd, 2023, Lieutenant James Clay Madsen, identification number 104, will retire from the Department of Public Safety, Nevada Highway Patrol, MIXAP, after 20 years and 6 months of state service. Signed, Colonel Patrick J. Conway, Nevada Highway Patrol. At ease.
So at this time, if I could get Heather, stand on that. So I didn't know Dispatcher Farthing. I, however, had, I met a, I'm not gonna look at you. I met a pretty dear friend, that the luxurious Carson Inn and Suites that Clay talked about. So Heather and I were actually academy mates. And it's weird to think 20 years down the road, but you more than anybody understand that a 20-and-a-half-year career is not, it's not even doable without the love and support of a spouse at home who is understanding and supportive, a beautiful child at home, and Clay, I continue to be the father that you are, and I look forward to the next chapters of your life. But Heather, on behalf of the men and women of the state of Nevada, thank you for your 20, you did actually more, huh? Thank you for your 20 years of dedicated service to the state. For the, Heather, stand on up here. I think we did the flowers, now it's you for the badge removal while she's up.
I'll say badge. No badge.
Oh, all right.
It has been removed.
So we're going to say it anyway because it's here. The removal of the badge has a significant purpose, and as it symbolizes both the beginning and the end of a career. As a young cadet, men and women strive to earn their badge through hard work and dedication, and at the end of their career, the removal of the badge represents not only the end of a career, but also a job well done. And hopefully, Clay, you've, as Mike mentioned, some IA time, a lot of time on the fatal team. So hopefully, when you took that badge off, it kind of took a big weight off your chest and off your mind, and hopefully none of that stuff hangs with you. I know that you focus a lot on Jamie now, so thank you for everything that you did for everybody in this room, everybody beyond this room, and everybody at the state of Nevada, so thank you. The floor is yours.
First, thank you everybody for being here. It's very humbling to see everybody in the room. I can't thank everybody enough. Like 20 years has gone by in a flash. The first week at the academy and being in an academy with Tom Bostelman and Mike Bradford and Sean Hagstrom, I thought I was gonna get fired. Week one, when Sean wrote on the desk and then we got PT'd because the magic marker went through the laundry bag and onto the desk, and then freaked out and hit the lamp off of the desk and it shattered everywhere. I knew it was done. Fast forward to now and I see everybody and I hope I touched everybody in a positive way through training, through just being a shoulder to cry on or to talk to. Seen a lot of people that, good dear friends that we lost, that we'll never get back. And what I can say to everybody that's still here is just serve with pride for them. And just look at yourself in the mirror every morning. Do a good job, work hard for that 10 hours, and then go home to your family. So, thank you, Jamie. Thank you for being you and keeping me in check. You're a pain in my ass sometimes, but I still love you. What's that?
More like all the time, but okay.
No, not all the time, maybe 90.
She sleeps sometimes.
Heather, thank you for sticking by me. It's 20 years is a long time, and I appreciate it. Nick, thank you for coming. And for Mom and Dad, I wish you were here, but I'm glad that you went on vacation, and I'm hoping you're enjoying it. So, does anybody want to come up and roast me?
Not the time or place.
Oh, come on, Mayor. Come on, Mayor. I know you got one.
After hours, buddy.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it all.
All right. It's time for the thing that fails every time. It's time to go your final 42. So let's turn this on, wait a few, and watch it not work.
I brought Oli back for one day for you, Clay.
You did?
Yeah, so that way you can stay logged on eternally.
Oh, my curse keys as well. I will be 1042. Thank you for your 20 years. To everybody out there, be safe and go home.
It is with great pleasure to announce that as of 10:40 hours on Tuesday, March 28, 2023, after 20 years of service, Nevada Highway Patrol Lieutenant James Clay Madsen, Henry 3104, is retiring and giving his final call. The Department of Public Safety and the great state of Nevada would like to thank you for your many years of selfless and dedicated service to the law enforcement profession and the citizens of the state of Nevada. Your final 42 is 10:40 hours, channel clear.
It worked! Yay! Hallelujah! Hold on. I got to put my foot in my mouth. So a couple things, I don't know if you guys caught it, but he did say on the radio for everybody to go home. So sergeants, lieutenants, if the S is about to hit the fan, we know why. Woo! I got an order from a lieutenant. I'm out of here. Well, that about brings it home. Clay, congratulations. It truly was an honor to serve with you, serve alongside of you. So the Fatal Team office, if you haven't been in there, our desks are like a horseshoe, like a U, but not really a horseshoe. I can't think of what shape would describe it. So if you turn around, you get to see the back of everybody's head. So it went me, Scribner, and then Clay was over here. So I got to see the back of this beautiful dome all the time, every day. So somewhere along the line, Scribner and I noticed there was a little feller growing right there. And so I think we were inspired by an episode of South Park where it looked like he had a fetus growing on his head, and it was affectionately called Cletus. And after a few years of being hazed on a daily basis, I believe he went and finally got it removed, judging by that beautiful little scarring right there. So there's the Cletus story.
It got a little uncomfortable when he would walk by every time and just kind of pet Cletus. Go, Cletus!
All right, there's something wrong with me if you guys haven't figured it out. So, Congratulations, Clay. Awesome. I'm super envious. I'm jealous.
Thanks, buddy.
I can't believe I got to hang out here for another year and at least 8 months, but not me. Like you guys are like, it blows by, doesn't it? And I'm like, no. You're like, you blink and it's over, and I'm like, it's not stopping. Like, what is happening? So, I would like to point out to my commercial people that I was in commercial and I have yet to receive a jersey. Don't even worry about it. I'm just putting it on the record. I'm just putting it out there. Congratulations, Steve. Great career, great job. Love you.
I love you too, Steve.
That's it. Go home. You heard it from Clay. Go home.